Hi, welcome back. Happy Monday. There's Milo. Today's the start of a new weekly reading vlog, a new vlog for Vlogmas. It is already a little bit past noon. It's actually almost 1. And I've been getting some stuff done around the house. It's going to be a really big like chore day for me today because I need to spend tomorrow filming videos for the next couple of weeks. So yeah, I have to get a lot of stuff done today, and my main thing that I need to get done today, which I'm really not looking forward to because it's cold outside and I don't want to venture out into the world, but I really need to go get groceries. Because I was gone all last week, we didn't really do a normal grocery haul. We just like got a couple of things to make a couple of meals just for Cole to have in the fridge to eat while I was gone. I'm gonna be here all week this week, so I need to actually like cook while I'm home and have stuff for him to eat and like stuff for him to take in his lunch for leftovers. So I need to make a little meal plan, so that's what I'm gonna be doing right now. I have no idea what I'm in the mood to eat this week, so who knows what I am going to end up making. I like to get on Pinterest and just find like easy recipes of stuff that we haven't done before, but stuff that like doesn't take a lot of ingredients and doesn't take a lot of time. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit here and look at the computer and find some recipes. But I figured because this is going to be a reading vlog, I should tell you what I am currently reading. And that is, I started this morning while I was getting ready, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. This wasn't really super high on my priority list. It came out this year and it's gotten a lot of rave reviews. A lot of people seem to love it, but it wasn't super high on my priority list. It wasn't something that I was like, oh, I'm dying to read that. But in the last few weeks, I've seen so many people say that it's like their favorite book of the year. While I have a good selection of 5-star reads and a good selection of books to include in a favorites of the year list, it's always nice to have just maybe one more possibility, one more chance. And I think that if any book has the chance of becoming a 5-star read and being on my favorites of the year list, it could be this one because it's been getting such great reviews. What I know of this book is that it's about 2 childhood friends, or sometimes enemies, that collaborate on the production of a video game. They create a video game together that sort of becomes like an overnight sensation, and this affects their friendship in a lot of different ways. I just have only really seen great reviews for it. I've read books by Gabrielle Zevin in the past and I've enjoyed them. Like, she wrote The Story Life of AJ Fikry, which is a book that I really enjoyed and have considered a favorite for a long time. So I think that this could be a winner. I mean, I really am excited to give it a go. I've only listened to like the first chapter so far, so I'm not even far enough in to give you any kind of thoughts or feelings about it just yet, but I'm going to listen to that one while I go grocery shopping in a little bit. It's what I'm going to be focusing on for today, and I'm excited to read it. That's my main focus right now, and then probably I'll pick a book to read physically at some point as well. But right now I'm going to be listening to an audiobook because I'm going to be out and about doing grocery shopping and stuff. So that's what I'm going to be reading. I'm going to make my meal plan, make my grocery list, and get all of that done now. And then I have some other like household chores things that I need to do this afternoon. So it's going to be kind of probably a boring vlog day because I'm not going to have a lot of stuff to vlog. But I have a lot of stuff to talk about, hopefully, as I read more of this book, get more into it. So yeah, I will check in a little while and we'll get this vlog going. All right, so I made my meal plan and I decided that I wanted to make meals, like planned meals for basically now until we are gonna be gone for Christmas. Today's the 12th and we're going to my parents on the 22nd. So 10 days, 9 days worth of meals. So I came up with 6 meals that we're going to have over the course of the next week and a half. We might not make all of these before we're gone, but I'm gonna get everything for all of these recipes. And then obviously like we can freeze whatever we don't use before we leave, but I just wanted to be prepared. I don't want to have to go back to the store again until after Christmas. So this is my meal plan for the next week and a half, essentially. So we're gonna do a chicken stir fry one night. That's always really easy and a good go-to, something Cole can heat up very easily for work the next day. I'm gonna do a loaded baked potato soup because it's so cold today that I think that would be a perfect meal for tonight, is to have some soup. We're gonna do garlic, butter, steak, and potatoes. It was just a recipe I found on Pinterest, but it looked really good. So I'm gonna try that. A creamy ranch chicken. It's something I've sort of done before where you just make like a sauce and then you cook chicken and have like potatoes and stuff with it. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna do like black bean nachos. That is a really great like late night meal. Like if one of those nights where we don't eat like at a normal time, like we're not hungry right when Cole gets off work or whatever, we eat later. Just throw some nachos in the oven. That's super easy. And then a like shells and cheese situation, like beefy shells and cheese. It's sort of like a hamburger helper meal, but better than that. So that's my meal plan. The next step is that I need to sort of shop my shelves and my pantry and everything, and figure out what I already have and what I don't need to get at the store, and then I can actually make my grocery list. I keep a little list going on the side of my fridge of stuff that I need to make sure I add to the grocery list every time I make a grocery list. So I'm gonna just like kind of peruse the shelves, see what I've already got, see what I don't need to buy for all of this stuff, and then make my grocery list, and I'll go to the store. Actually, like, meal planning and prepping and all that is sort of one of my favorite things to do. I just don't like going to the grocery store, so I wish that I could just like make Cole go to the grocery store and then I could just do the rest of it, but I can't do that. I just got home and I literally went to the grocery store at the worst possible time because I left at like 2 o'clock, and obviously it took me about an hour and a half-ish at the store, maybe a little bit more than that. When I came back, it was obviously school was letting out and buses were running, and I live near a school, so there was so much traffic, and I am unhappy. Was frustrated. So I got home and I got everything like out of my car, and then I just put the groceries away and completely forgot to show you what I got. So sorry about that. But I got everything on my list, and then a couple of extra things that I needed but hadn't thought of until I got to the store. And now I'm gonna make myself something to eat because I'm very hungry. I didn't really eat anything before I went. So I'm going to have like a little pre-dinner dinner. Cole is getting off work right now, so he should be here in the next hour or so, and then I'll make like actual dinner, but I'm gonna have like a little something right now because I'm hungry and I'm in a bad mood, and if I don't eat something when he gets home, I'll be in an even worse mood. So I'm making some bagel bites because I bought bagel bites at Sam's. I walked past, they were on like a little end cap, and I was like, you know what, that sounds really good. So I got a big box of bagel bites, so I'm having some bagel bites right now. But I did want to just talk to you briefly about tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow, because I got about 30% of the way in while I was doing all my shopping. It's not a super long audiobook, and it reads pretty quickly. I'm listening to it on like 2.2 times speed. I feel like that's kind of my sweet spot right now, is about like anywhere from 2 to 2.5 is about where I've been listening, depending on the narrator. It's about these two friends who do they code a video game together. They create a video game together. Currently it's in the 90s, but it's gonna span, I think, like several decades. We meet them first when they're kids, like they're like 10, 11 years old. They meet and become friends, and then their friendship goes through some ups and downs, and they both have complicated like family history, and they both have demons and stuff they're dealing with. Their relationship is going to play out in a really interesting way, and I'm excited to keep reading it because I'm actually really liking it. I love Gabrielle Zevin's writing style. I don't really know how to describe it. It's incredible. Like, some of it is, the quotes are amazing. Like, I just want to write them all down. I want to highlight them. I don't have the book physically because I am listening to the audiobook, obviously, but if I had the book physically, I'd be like underlining and tabbing and highlighting all these amazing quotes, because she is masterful at crafting stories and putting words together. I'm not, clearly, but she is. Hi, it's been a couple of days since I updated the vlog. It is currently Wednesday. I'm gonna make a smoothie because that just sounds really good, and since it is already like 1:30, I don't want to eat like anything too big, because obviously when Cole gets home we will be making dinner. A smoothie is a good thing, just an easy thing to tide me over until this evening whenever we get around to making dinner. I got the big blender because I'm gonna make like a bigger smoothie than normal to use up some ingredients that we have in the fridge. So here we go. I'm gonna start with a banana because I have like 3 bananas over there that are borderline going bad. I'm gonna make banana bread probably this weekend or early part of next week to take with me to my family's for Christmas, but I'm gonna go ahead and just use one of these bananas now. Even though it's like on the softer side, it's gonna get all blended up anyway. So I love bananas in my smoothie. I'm gonna also add a few strawberries, because I bought these and obviously I don't want to waste them. That's probably good. Next up, I'm gonna use the last of this vanilla Greek yogurt. Cole's been eating yogurt for breakfast. He's been taking like little yogurt bowls for breakfast with his lunch, well, like in his lunchbox, you know, but he hasn't the past few days, so we still have quite a bit of yogurt. We also only have a little bit left in this jar of peanut butter. That's probably way too much peanut butter, and I will probably regret it, but it'll be fine. And then I was influenced to buy these Clean Simple Eats peachy greens on TikTok. I'm influenced to buy a bunch of shit on TikTok. So I'm gonna put a scoop of these in there. Ice time. And we'll finish it off with some milk. I like Fairlife. All right, there it is. This is a huge smoothie. This will definitely keep me full until dinner time. It also might give me a massive brain freeze. I'm gonna go read. No, actually I think I'm gonna go watch TV for a little bit. I've been watching The White Lotus. I'm on season 1, episode 4. And I like it, but it's weird. It's weird. I mean, I get why people like it because it's got this like quirky weirdness to it, but I need to know what's going on. All the characters are a little bit crazy, but I like it. It's definitely entertaining me. So I think I'm gonna go watch an episode of that. I will have some smoothie and I'll probably read in a little while. I'm about 50% of the way into Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. I didn't read much of it yesterday. I didn't really do much of anything yesterday. And I like it. I definitely like it. I'm still really enjoying it. The writing style is still really great. I'm really like engaged with the characters and I'm eager to read more of their story. But I'm finding that when I'm not reading it, I don't have the desire to be reading it. The past couple books I've read, like every single time I've put them down, I've been so excited to get back to them. Even if I wasn't like totally loving them, I was really excited to like get back to the story and the world. And I'm just not feeling that with this book. I mean, I'm definitely still enjoying it, and like I said, the writing style is fantastic, and when I'm reading it, I'm super engaged. I'm like very into the story, but like right now, I don't have any desire to pick the book up and read because I don't know, it's just not gripping me the way I thought it would. But maybe that'll change. I'm at the 50% mark now and things seem to be going in a new direction with the story. So I'm interested to keep going with that and see how I feel about it. I'm gonna go and I will talk to you guys in a bit. Hello, happy Thursday? Is it Thursday? I don't know. It is currently sunny outside. The sun is shining for the first time in 10 days. And even though it's like cold, it's like 40 degrees or something, which is cold for me. I don't want to hear it. If you live somewhere that's colder than that, 40 in Arkansas is cold. I feel like because we haven't been able to get outside really at all for like the past week and a half, that I need to take Luna on a walk. She needs to get some energy out. She needs to have some exercise. She hasn't been able to like even run around in the backyard, obviously, because it's been raining so much. So we're gonna go on a little walk. She's very excited. She keeps hearing me say the word. And I'm gonna listen to some more of Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. According to Libro FM, I have about 2 hours and 50 minutes left, so I think I can definitely finish it today. I don't know. I like it, and I definitely think that were the circumstances different, it could be a 5-star read, but I just don't think it's going to be a 5-star read because of the fact that I, like I said yesterday, haven't really been excited about picking it up. And not about picking it up, but just like, when I'm not reading it, I'm not like desperate to be reading it. I think that it's much more about the like character relationships and dynamics, and I think she should spend more time focusing on that, even though I do know, like, obviously the book is about making games, so there should be a heavy element of game making. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be a 5-star read unless something just like outrageous happens in the end that just blows it out of the water. Yeah, I'm gonna take Luna and we're gonna go on a little walk. We'll probably just do like a mile and a half around our little neighborhood, probably like 30 minutes, and then we'll be back. All right, it's a little later. It's much later actually. It's about 5 o'clock and I haven't done anything today. After I got back from my walk and I ate my breakfast / lunch, my mom called. I completely forgot my parents are going on a little weekend trip this weekend with some friends, and they were coming through my town where I live, and my mom called to see if I wanted to go eat lunch with them because they were stopping to like go to Sam's and do a couple other things, and I had just eaten, but I was like, I'll come meet you because why not get to see my parents. So I did that, and then I was like, while I'm out, I'll just go over to the outlet and do a little bit of Christmas shopping. And so I did that, and then I came home and I wasn't like feeling great. Like I just was feeling kind of bleh. So I laid on the couch for a little while and played some Stardew Valley, and then I watched some TV. So here I am just now vlogging. I haven't filmed a video for today, so I have no idea what's going up tomorrow. I gotta figure that out. I did finish reading Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. It did not end up being a 5-star read, which I had already talked about that. It isn't like a new favorite book for me, but the thing about it is that it easily could be. It's one of those books for me that I liked the reading process. I really loved the experience of reading this book. I think that there was so much good in it. I think it's one of those books that anybody could get something out of. And ultimately, like, the last half of the book was really great. Like, I think that she just explored these very complex and complicated relationships in such an interesting way. She framed it around, you know, the design of video games, but it's so much more than that. Like, the two main characters, Sadie and Sam, are so ingrained in each other's lives that even when they're not talking to each other, even when they've got other shit going on, they're still important to each other. And I think she did a really good job of portraying a really realistic friendship. I mean, every single relationship has ups and downs. Like, not a single relationship out there is perfect. I think she just did a really good job of making me believe and feel good about this relationship. Even though there were times where I thought they were both being stupid and I just wanted them to communicate better, there were times where I really wanted them to get together and just finally admit that they love each other. There were just times that I found it so frustrating, but also it's so realistic. Like, I can't fault them or the author for this relationship because it was so real. Ultimately, I've settled on a 4.25, maybe 4.5 star rating for this one. It's one of those books that if I reread it, maybe in a different medium than I originally read it, which obviously I listened to the audiobook, so if I like read it physically, I think it very easily could become a 5-star read. So I definitely want to acquire it physically. I want to have the book in my possession. I actually almost bought it today. I went over to Books A Million to get a gift card for someone for a Christmas present, and I saw it on the shelf and I'm like, you know, I could just buy this. I still had like 25% of the book left and I was already sort of feeling the way I ultimately ended up feeling, so I'm like, I could just buy it and have it so that when I do feel the urge to reread it, it's already in my possession. I talked myself out of it because I didn't really feel like spending $28 on a book that I already had read. I'll probably get it at some point, maybe when it comes out in paperback. I'll feel a little bit better about buying it. Ultimately, I loved it and I would recommend it, and I'm glad that I read it. It's not going to end up on my favorites of the year or anything. It didn't quite have that power, but it is a book that I will definitely reread in the future. It's a book that I could see becoming a favorite. So I'm glad that I read it and I would recommend it, like I already said. Now I'm going to go do something. Cole should be here soon, so we'll probably figure out dinner and then I'll figure out this video situation, and I don't know. We'll see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go. I'll check in later when I pick whatever I'm gonna read next. Hello, happy Friday. I am just about to get ready for the day. I've been up for a while. In fact, this morning after Cole left for work, for once I didn't go back to sleep, so I've been up since about 7. I'm sitting in the bathroom right now because I'm about to, like I said, I'm about to get ready for the day. I'm gonna put a little bit, just a very light makeup, like face on, because I don't feel like doing a whole face of makeup, but I'm planning on filming some videos today, so I need to do a little bit so I don't look like a tired potato. I thought I would talk to you really quickly about the 2 books that I'm currently reading, because when I left off yesterday, I had not decided what I was going to be reading. So I'm going to show you what I'm currently reading while I get ready. So last night I took a bubble bath after I made dinner. I just wanted to like go soak in the tub for a little bit. I was feeling off yesterday. I just was feeling a little bit depressed. I don't know really why. I think it's because I'm not doing anything right now. Like, I don't have a job. I don't really know what my next steps are, and so I was just feeling a little bit overwhelmed, which is such a, I don't know, like, it doesn't even feel worth it to like have been feeling that way, because like obviously I'm in such a privileged position to be able to be without a job right now, but I'm already like kind of stressed about the next steps, and I'm just letting my, I was having a thought spiral yesterday, so I was like, I'm gonna take a bubble bath, that'll make me feel better. And I actually had Cole sort of help me pick out what to read, because I was looking at my shelves and I just wasn't feeling super inspired about anything. And he was like, well, if you're not like excited about any of the books on your shelves, why don't you go to the library and get something? And I had already been to the library earlier this week and I had checked out a bunch of books, so I was like, you know what, I have exactly the perfect book to start. And so I started reading Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. I actually read the first 55 pages, so I'm on chapter 5. It's a very quick read. It's an adult fantasy, the first in a new trilogy, or not new trilogy because this has been out for a couple of years, but it's the first in an adult fantasy trilogy. I don't really know exactly what the plot of the book is, to be honest. It's set in like a pre-Columbian American fantasy world, and it follows several different characters as their lives sort of intertwine around this prophecy, I think, about like the sun being devoured or something by a god. We're following a couple of different characters in a couple of different locations as they're all sort of converging on this one place, and it's leading up to this one specific event. Yeah, I mean, I easily read 50 pages last night in like an hour. So quick read. I think that I can definitely get through this fairly quickly. I think this is going to be one of my last like big reads for the year. I think I'm gonna finish this one and the other book that I'm currently reading, and then I'll probably just read a couple of graphic novels or manga or something to finish off my Goodreads goal, because I'm sort of like ready to evaluate my end of the year wrap up. Like I'm ready to plan out my favorites and least favorites of the year, which I sort of have already started doing, but I'm ready to like solidify those and film those videos. Plus I'm going to be at my family's next week for like 5 days, and then we're going to be at Cole's family's. Well, we're not staying with them because they just live like 30 minutes away, so we'll just do like a little day trip there, but we're gonna be there for the majority of the weekend. I'm not gonna have a ton of time to read next week, and then it's like the end of the year, and I'll be wanting to focus on like getting my end of the year content and stuff done. So I think this is going to be one of my last like big reads for the year, and it's one that I've sort of been putting off for a while, and I'm not really sure why, because I started it and immediately, like, even though I'm confused about what's going on, I'm definitely intrigued by it. So it's definitely something that I think I can get through fairly quickly. And then of course, because I can't not be listening to an audiobook as well, I actually this morning started re-listening to the audiobook for Reputation by Lex Croucher. I had read the first 25% of this earlier this year, and then ended up like having to give the audiobook back to the library. Or no, what happened was I had to get a new library card, and I had to like create my Libby account basically all over with my new library card, and none of my holds or checkouts transferred over from the old library card number. So I lost the audiobook for this, and it took forever for me to get it back. So I finally just got it back in the beginning of December, and so I decided to start it. I re-listened to the first quarter, and then I'm already up to page 114, which is chapter 10. This is an adult historical romance, and it follows this girl who has recently gone to live with her aunt and uncle. Her parents have moved to the coast because her mom has been ill, and so she's moved in with her aunt and uncle, and she meets some girls in a high society setting that are sort of like more well off than she is, and she sort of gets pulled into their mischief and antics, and I guess there's going to be a romance in it as well. But I think it's going to tackle more than just like a romance. I think there's going to be some harder topics explored here. Already we're getting introduced to some situations that you don't typically hear about or read about in Regency romance. So I'm excited to keep going with this. I really like the writing, and the like tone is very fun. I like the audiobook as well, so I'm gonna keep going with this. It's a pretty short audiobook. I think I have about 7 hours of the audiobook left, and I'm listening to it on like 2.5 speed, so I think I could very easily finish this today. This is one of the books that I bought this year that I was really hoping to get to before the end of the year, so I'm glad that I was able to get the audiobook back right here at the end of the year and am reading it again. I talked about the books I was reading, and I haven't even started getting ready yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready really quick. I'm gonna go just stick my camera battery on the charger, and then I'm gonna film some videos this afternoon. So I will be back in a bit with sort of an update on where the day has gone. Hello, it's later. I filmed 2 videos. I edited my video that went up for today, and I'm happy that I managed that. I got it up at 2:30, which is pretty good considering I hadn't filmed anything this morning at all. And then I just finished filming my wrap up for my 2022 TBR, which is going to go up on Sunday, so that's exciting. It is currently 4:45, so Cole should be here in about, I don't know, like 30-45 minutes ish. I'm not sure, depending on traffic, and if he does anything after work, then he'll be home at some point. And we're actually going to hang out with some friends tonight, because my best friend texted me yesterday and she was like, hey, do you want to do something tonight? And so we are going to their house tonight. But while I wait for him to get home, I'm going to go lay on the couch and listen to a little bit more of the Reputation audiobook. I am just a little bit past halfway right now, and I'm really liking this. It's fun and like funny, but it's also tackling like a lot harder topics than just like, you know, romance. The characters in this are dealing with some stuff. The main character is dealing with the fact that she's been shipped off to live with her aunt and uncle, and her parents seemingly just like don't care about her anymore. She's made a new friend in this place who is dealing with some stuff. I don't know that I want to say everything, because I don't know what would be considered a spoiler or not, but essentially this girl meets this other girl who has a couple of different like romantic interests, one of which is a guy who just seems like he's the worst, and the main character doesn't really know how to help her. She's trying to be there for her, but she thinks that she could be doing more. I just think it's really good. I think that it's tackling some hard topics, but also just exploring everything in a really good way. So I'm excited to keep going with it. I think I can finish it this afternoon before we go hang out with friends. Yeah, I'm just liking it a lot. So I'm glad that I'm finally getting around to reading it. That's pretty much how my afternoon is going. I had lunch earlier and I've just been hanging out. I wanted to get a lot more stuff done today. I always want to get more stuff done, but I didn't. I'm gonna go and I will check in when I finish this. Hi, it's later. It is currently almost 11 and I'm just about to go to bed. I did finish Reputation earlier and I really liked it. I'll talk more about it tomorrow when I have a little bit more time. I obviously could have talked about it earlier, but I didn't feel like doing that. We ended up not going to hang out with friends tonight, so I was able to finish it earlier, played some Stardew Valley, just hung out, watched some YouTube videos, and now I'm about to go to bed because I'm very tired. I am gonna lay in bed and read for a little bit. I've got my Kindle here, and I've also got Black Sun, which I haven't read any more of today, so I might read a little bit of that, or I might like read like a KU romance or something, just to kind of wind down for the night. But that's what's going on with me. I will review Reputation more tomorrow. Hi! It's actually been a couple of days since I updated this vlog. It's currently Tuesday, and I think the last time I talked to you was on Friday. The weekend ended up sort of just getting away from me a little bit. We ended up having a busier weekend than I think we were anticipating. On Saturday, we ended up doing like the last bit of our Christmas shopping, and then we had a birthday party to go to in the evening. And then on Sunday, we did a little bit more Christmas shopping, like the actual last bits of it. And we just sort of spent the day like doing some stuff around our house and just relaxing. And I never really had a good time to read or vlog at all. And at this point, you know, obviously it is what it is. Like, days gone by and I can't do anything about it. I actually just finished editing this vlog up to this point, and I am going to be uploading it this afternoon, but I thought I needed to close it out, obviously. I think in one of my last clips, I said I was going to talk more about Reputation by Lex Croucher, and after watching back the footage of what I had already like filmed, I don't really know that I have anything more to add to what I previously said about it. I ended up really liking this book overall. I thought it was really fun. I liked the Mean Girl references. I thought that it tackled some great hard topics while also being like funny and fun and humorous. I think it was really good, and I think this author is really talented at writing these Regency romances. And I have an arc of their new book that's coming out in March of 2023, so I will be reading that probably beginning of the year, and hopefully I will like it just as much. And I think that it's worth the read if it sounds like it might be your thing. So there's that. I have not yet finished Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. I am up to page 137. I'm on chapter 13. So I've made about 30% of the way in. And the only reason I wasn't able to finish this was because I just, like I said, had a busier weekend than I anticipated. I'm having a really good time reading it, even though I'm still like not 100% sure how the magic system works or what exactly is going on with this world. I just know that we're following a couple of different characters as they're all like traveling to this one location, and their storylines are all going to converge. And I think it's going to be really fun. It is a really accessible read so far, and every single time I sit down to read, I am really excited to get into it. I do plan on finishing this soon, probably this week. I'm probably going to take it with me when I go to my family's tomorrow, and obviously I won't be vlogging that, so you can look forward to a review of this probably at the end of the month. But I'm liking it a lot so far, and I'm glad that I'm reading it. Like, I see this book sitting on my nightstand, or I'm thinking about it and I'm like, oh, I wish I had time to pick that book up and read right now, because I want to get back into it. I really want to finish it. I'm liking it so much. I think it's gonna be great. I don't know if it's gonna be a 5-star read. It would be awesome if I could finish out the year with a 5-star read, but I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. We'll just have to wait and see. Currently, as of right now, I have finished 98 books this year, so I still need to finish 2 more things to finish off my Goodreads goal. Black Sun is for sure going to be one of them, and then I'll probably read like a graphic novel or maybe like a KU romance or something to finish off the year. We'll just have to wait and see. I definitely am gonna hit 100 books. It's only the 20th today, so I have like 11 more days to read, and I could probably finish a couple more things before then. So this is going to be the end of this reading vlog, and I'm not going to be vlogging this week during Christmas because I'm gonna just be very present with my family, obviously. Also, they don't want to be on the internet. Like, they're not interested in being in my vlogs, so I'm not going to be putting them out there. But I will probably vlog the last week of the year. So after Christmas, when we get back from my family's, after we do Christmas with Cole's family, I'll probably vlog that last week leading up to the new year. So you can look forward to like the end of the year vlog from me. But for now, this is going to be the end of this vlog. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if you read any of the books that I mentioned in this video and what you thought about them. Do you have similar or different opinions to me? I'd really love to know. Also, let me know some books that you have been reading these last couple weeks, or maybe the book you're currently reading. I'd really love to know that as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again in just a couple days. Bye!